Morning, everybody, and thank you for coming back to another segment of Deb Chanel's 48th World, where we get down and talk about anything we want to talk about, pretty much reviews, recaps, bold and the beautiful. What is it called? Young and the Restless, news on the street, celebrity corner, or anything of that nature. But yes, we got to talk about this episode of or next to the last episode of Family Hustle with T.I. Honey, Ryan Cameron on the morning show, him and Wanda Smith doing their Ryan report. Ooh, they were playing clips from, I guess it was last night's episode of the Family Hustle. Ooh, let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it. We're going to just talk about it. T.I. and his mama-in-law now, pending, not to be. But in theory and practice, she still is his mother-in-law. She got in his ass, y'all. I don't really watch I think I watched the first and second season of Family Hustle, but then it just came to be a little bit too scripted, too much. Child was still doing too much way back then that I didn't care for. And, like I said, I'm one of them women that have been divorced before. Only one time. Only married one time. So my next husband to be, he's going to be there for the longevity. That's why I haven't really thought so hard into pressing in getting married. So I got divorced in 90, I think it was 93. So I've been doing what I had to do. So I definitely can speak on divorce and how family members try to get in and try to cuss the other person out that's supposed to be doing all the wrongdoing and this, that, and the third. But really, true enough, it comes down to the two people that are truly invested in keeping their marriage or dissolving their marriage. So I was like, Mama, you need to fall back. Quickly fall back, because that's definitely between Tiny and T.I. And of course, it's helping their ratings for the show for them to leave with a good bang. But for those who want to put their private matters out in the public eye, do so with caution, and the consequences and the setbacks and the haters and the naysayers, and all of them gonna come for you. So get that protective coating on you, because it's gonna be darts thrown at you here, left, and everywhere, from the head to the top to the bottom, everywhere. Okay, so you're just gonna be putting yourself on blast. So I believe both of y'all can handle it. So let's get on into it. Anyway, Ryan is taking recaps of some of the voiceover, not voiceover, but from the voices of the show. Because I guess you couldn't really show clips because, he's a radio personality and everything is done over the airlines. So they were just giving us clips of what T.I. was saying. Talking about he had to come over and visit his mama-in-law because she's sitting up there sending him threatening texts and just downright hateful texts. I'm like, what, T.I., what do you think this woman would do? You don't hurt her daughter's feelings. You don't hurt her feelings. You don't hurt your kids' feelings, because they're in under this impression that y'all had a good marriage, and now that it's coming to an end, poor Major, he just seems to be so sad this last season. Every time I see him in a photograph, he's not looking as happy as he once was. So I'm pretty sure it's taking its toll on all the kids, which divorce does do that. It just doesn't affect the mom and the dad. It really does have a negative part that tends to trickle down to the kids, especially because they're invested in the relationship growing and building also. So it's just one of those things. But I just wanted to touch bases on a few points that T.I. was saying to his mother-in-law. They really should have just made his mother-in-law just say, forget this shit. I'm off camera. I ain't got time to deal with T.I. no more, because I'm going to go left, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be made good for TV drama. But then I'm going to have to, suffer the consequences, the fall back. And I ain't got time, because I might have to put hands on this guy. I might have to put hands on this little fella. Then I'm gonna have to deal with his mama coming at me, and I'm gonna have to put hands on her. So let me just walk out. Let me just walk out and see. That's what I would have did if I was on the show or whatnot, and I was playing the part of, my daughter getting hurt by his actions and his continued actions. Because it ain't just started. T.I. been out there, you know, He probably never stopped being out there. He's just low key with it. But like I said, it is what it is. Tiny has put up with it for so long, but you know, things do get old. You begin to accept so much for so long. You be like, I ain't finna accept this shit no more. I'm a good looking woman. I got money. I got talent, and I ain't got nothing but time. Let me move on, okay? Let me show my daughter how you don't sit and wait for a man, okay? That's what I'm thinking. She probably just came to that realization that, hey, this relationship is so done. It has been overcooked. Let us go out before we end up hating one another. That's my spiel that I'm getting from her. She don't want to hate Tip because they've had very good moments and they've lived a very nice, lavish life. Was she a ride or die chick? Damn sure was. A lot of women would have left. Would have, no, I ain't finna go down with you, bro. Serving a little time for him and this, that, and the other, even if it was just a couple of hours or whatnot in the slammer, but it's just still the respect part. And God knows what she's done for him that we don't know about, that we're not privy to that type of information. So yes, you probably will not ever get that ride or die chick again. This was your one free one. And like I say, you get one in a lifetime. I think you've gotten that one. And it still wouldn't be the same even if you changed your philandering ways. That scar is so deep and that wound is not healing as quick as an individual want it to be, especially when we get older. Things tend to still fester with us. Sometimes it's easy to say let go and let God, and that's so, so, so very true. However, we always get in the way, missing God's blessings. When He wants to take us out of the situation, we still want to, get into it. And that's definitely me as well. I get in my own way sometimes when I'm trying to do what I should be letting the Lord do, or I've asked Him to do, but I still keep getting in the mix of it all. So, just that sidebar. We're going getting into the meat and potatoes. I wanted to come in to talk about it because I just thought it was hilarious that Tip can even go over to his mother-in-law's house and try to just make it seem like, hey, it was your daughter's fault. I was fine with the situation. She just couldn't let a lot of stuff go that I have apologized for. And I'm not going to keep apologizing. I know. That's why I would have thrown your ass out, T.I. You would have been out that house. You would have been finding another house. But like I said, a fresh start, a fresh new look. It was probably best for Tiny to leave all those memories behind and start some new memories that she definitely didn't have nothing of making love in each room with T.I. to remind her of the past. So, yeah, it was best for her to leave because it seemed like he's doing a lot of renovating. So he wanted to erase some of her as well. But they'll always have that connection between the babies that they share. But again, you can't stop, what do you call it? Acknowledging the dirt that was done currently in the near well, not so near past and in the past. You know what I'm saying? You cannot forget those things. You can forgive all day long because it's more for you than the other person, but you cannot necessarily forget all of those transgressions. So T.I. goes on to his mama-in-law that, I don't like the way you came at me. That was kind of harsh. That's kind of rude. I'm like, T.I., she's offending her daughter. Her daughter's hurt. That's what mother bears do. Just like if you were invested in your children and some man hurt was Zonique or whatnot, or your other girls, you would feel some kind of way and you would be ready to go in along with the mama bear. So that's just her defending her territory, her baby cub. Okay. That baby, which as a woman, will always be her baby girl. So then, she goes in, which I think Diane is very, very wrong, because it has nothing to do with her, meaning staying in a marriage. Because you can't have two people stay together and one is invested in the marriage and the other one still willy-nilly doing whatever they want to do to fit their persona, their personality, and whatever they want to do. No, it doesn't work that way. That's why it's called single life and married life. You know what I'm saying? The two shall never entwine. Even though people try to have these open relationships and stuff of that nature, they still want that monogamous, I believe. They still want that one-on-one connection. Even though they want to get freaky here and there, they still want it. So evidently it's only meant to just have one relationship at a time. You're not many and putting all this other shit in it just to keep it interesting. Now you don't need it interesting, no, it doesn't have to be really interesting. Get them sex toys that can the birds sell and that, whatever. You don't need to be inviting nobody else in your bedroom. That only stirs up more trouble because they're going to probably get together with you not being a part of it because they enjoy that company more so with the threesome. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't take note, better to overstand than to understand. Understand? Okay. No, see, you should be overstanding this issue and other issues in your life. Okay. Sidebar, guys. Okay, moving on to the next thing. I go on to say pretty much, well, we could be happy, we could get back together, but it's just not in the future right now. We'll put it like this: it's not in his present to do that, Miss Diane. He likes what's going on. He said, "I didn't start the divorce proceedings, so why should I stop the divorce proceedings? I didn't start it." I'm like, Ti, it doesn't mean who started it, who resolving it. The point is, the mother, your I'm not stepmother, your mother-in-law is trying to tell you, hey, this is a good woman. This is a ride or die chick that's been there for you and your outside kids. Come on. Are you not realizing this? Are you going to let her creep out of your life like this? And then she may truly find somebody she should have been with in the first place. And then when you get all settled and finish sowing your wild oats and you want this relationship back with your once ride or die chick, wife, partner, best friend, she ain't gonna be there. Then you're gonna be feeling some kind of way. I mean, did all this mess really stir up from that Mayweather thing that you could not or would not get over? Is that a piece of this that you're not understanding to make you go even wilder and harder to be out in them streets with them women? I don't know. I'm like, evidently you don't know either. But that's just a man's mentality. A woman will never understand a man fully, as well as a woman would never understand, a man would never understand a woman fully. It's just not built that way. Women are so emotional and we get so in tune with our needs, our wants, our desires, and our perspectives and our expectations. We forget we can only control what we can control. Our emotions. We can't even control our children's emotions. We can sit and tell them how and what our expectations are, but they still are their own personal vessels. They're gonna do, say, and in a sense, make it mold themselves after a time period has come when they're in their adulthood, that they're going to do what they want to do, what they feel like doing. Sometimes it may not have that morality check clause on it. They may do some sketchy stuff, but then they have to learn from that. But pretty much here, I'm like, I'm good. But I ain't going to have you out here put my name in the streets the way you've been putting them in the streets, mama, now. You need to chill now. I might have to go get my mama on you and it just be a seasoned woman to another seasoned woman getting down for their children. I don't want it to go that way because it ain't necessary. But hey, can you fall back on me, mama-in-law, for now? Can you fall back on me? That's pretty much what I was saying. And then, Diane just to me, she did overstep her boundaries in a lot of ways, but I understood where she was coming from, why she felt the need to express herself on TV doing, the Family Hustle show. She's a mother hurt that her daughter is hurt and her grandchildren are hurt. So I understand fully. Was it the correct platform? Maybe, sort of not, but since it was given to her, to me, she did it very respectful. She called a spade a spade. She called him out. She didn't care to draw back. And I'm pretty sure if, the shoe was on the other foot, T.I. was the female, you know, his mother would be going to bats for and talking with the husband as well. I commend Ti for definitely sitting down having a conversation with his soon-to-be mother-in-law in the past, and I think he will always respect her and do for her because he knows what he don't put her child through. He knows the position Tiny has played in his life, but the damn call her his still best friend. Now, see, that's why I understand. With these men sometimes they always be saying, "Oh, you my best friend, you this, that, and the third. I know I can always count on you. You know you can always count on me." Da da da. Da. But they don't always display their actions. How they say action speaks louder than words. You can talk all day. You can talk, 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 talk. It sounds good. It seems good. But when we actually doing the practice, I mean not the practice, but doing the work, in theory, it's look good on paper. When you're practicing it, that's another whole beast of an animal that you have to deal with. I think T.I. is in that point of his life where You know how they say men have their 50 midlife crisis and stuff going on where they want to relive if they still got it. They want to act like they still young, or now they're a little bit more solidified in the world, financially set and stable, that they can have some of the toys and play gyms and all of that, if you will, for lack of a better word, to partake of, that they didn't necessarily have the funds and the financial stability to do it when they were younger. He's just being like an overgrown, uh, spoiled young man. Yes, did he do the darn thing and, transition his life from living in the streets, doing all the dope slanging and this, that, and third, allegedly, if that's what he was doing. Let me put that in there because I don't know. I wasn't there. This is just what the streets be saying here and there. And he don't pretty much credit it or anything. That was his past. No, that's not what he's living. That's not what he's doing now. He's a very great rapper. I love a lot of his old stuff before he became really big. Like the motivation and cars and clothes. All that street good feeling type of music, uplifting. And he's done a lot of little other things that I've kind of like, but it's definitely put a little taintness on it because how he's treating his wife, who has definitely not done anything to him physically, mentally, and she's just there living life with him, building a family, and he's pretty much was a lot of taking care of her where she was put out the spotlight, even though she was in a very good, well-known girl group, Escape, and she was trying to do the thing. But Tiny deal was she wanted to have a family too fast. And when you have family, her investment was her family, and she was going to spend all that time. That was pretty much her downfall because when you're striking with the irons hot, you kind of got to put your family ideal molding making plans on the back burner if you're trying to hustle with this music industry and being relevant and staying relevant. You got to give up a lot of family stuff that you want to partake in, but you can't do both. It just, I mean, people like to think in theory they can, but it's very exhausting. It's very time consuming, especially if you're doing 90% on your own, because we all as women, we tend to definitely give a lot more than men. And that's kind of biased to say, but that's the reality of it because we are nurturers by birth. And we try to always make sure home is good when it comes to the nurturing, the caretaking, and forming the formative years for our children. When the men are supposed to be the providers, to go out, breadwinners, go and do that thing. Even though we have women's lib now, we try to do just as much as men, but our bodies were not meant to do such harsh things as some women have definitely, got into like contracting, outside construction work, laying and fixing bricks and building schools and stuff like that. I'm like, go do you, but my body can't do it. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But those who can do all that men were designed to do, go ahead, do you, honey, do you. But I just found it very interesting that Ryan Cameron on his Ryan report wanted to discuss the family hustle. But I mean, that's all uh, drama. We're drama field and definitely movie field and music industry field in Atlanta, Georgia. So he has to stay relevant. Those are topics that are breaking news here and there, and sometimes you get exclusive stuff that happens on the spot. You just gotta put it out there for the airways to hear and feel your take on it. But y'all, that was my sidebar, my spiel, my commentary on T.I.'s having a sit down with Mama Diane, trying to make her realize it's over between me and your daughter. Get used to it. This is where we're going. This is how we're doing it. We're living separate lives. But yet, if family need everything, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? If she need anything, I'm down. Now, I'm sure he's not going to have this attitude pleasant and positive if she calls herself dating again, getting very heated with somebody else, and possibly marrying. He's not going to have the same feelings because his feelings are going to be hurt. Point taken, they should be, because she's definitely going to be moving on, which she should. And Mama Diane, stop being in the past. Some marriages just runs its course, and you can't do anything but watch it, be there for your grandchildren and your daughter, and watch her spend another chapter in her life. Maybe Ti was the first part of her life's chapter. Maybe the second part is for her to be with someone else, because if she's really true in her biblical stance, if he definitely cheated prior to her, maybe having some infidelity issues allegedly, if any of that happened on her part, she was just doing tit for tat. And infidelity is one of the clauses that if you can't accept it, yeah, you must move on. That's your card to play and get out the marriage and find someone to definitely share your golden years with, or your next stages of your life with. It's no time for hatred and drama field for the negativity to continue to be a part of either one of their lives. Because they do have children, and they do set the tone on how their children may or may not react in the near future with their relationships with the opposite sex, or if they do the same sex, I don't know, whatever. But it could be detrimental because they're watching their mom and dad go through some difficult times, and one party may not be handling it as well as the other will have liked to have seen it handled. So it is what it is. Thank y'all for coming in my front door, having a sit down spell with me, putting your feet up on my couch, and we just having this liquor, this wine, this tea, or this coffee, and sharing a moment with one another. On Deb Chanel's 48 World, where we get down and give you all the breaking news that I choose to want to talk about. All right, guys, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful what is this, Thursday afternoon, and I will get back to you shortly with something or another. Okay, bye.